What's up guys, how you doing? I'm on the verge of death. I've not showered in the past 3 days, I've not gone outside for a week. My eyes are bloodshot, all because I decided to try animation. Now you're probably thinking, oh my god, Unk has lost his mind. What could have possibly possessed bro to make such a decision? Now let me show you guys. So a while back I made this piece right here with Kara, and it's basically a carousel that you can swipe through and it's kind of interactive. Now don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with this piece, but I always felt like it was kind of missing something. I wanted it to be even more interactive. Now, what can you do to make something more interactive? Well, we can make it move. We can bring it to life. Ah yes, what a brilliant idea. We can animate her, and there goes the worst idea I've ever had. We've got one frame of Kara looking up, one of her drawing while looking up, another one of her drawing while looking down, and one more of her making a weird face. And then we end off with the reveal of her drawing. So we have a plan, we have a vision, now it's time to execute. My stupid ass then decided to draw this frame by frame in Photoshop. So the concept was to have Kara kind of looking up at you, looking back down at her sketchbook, and then looking back up at you, and then looking back down, and then start drawing. I added 2 extra frames of her looking up, looking down, up, down, and then the idea is to have her lean down, and then you'll have a little bit of movement in her face. Look at that. And here's another different expression just to have her look like she's really focusing and trying her hardest, right? There she is looking up at you and then looking back down at her drawing. Up at you, look back down at her drawing. I think the effect here is actually pretty good. So then me, not knowing the world of pain I was going to be in for, I exported every single frame from this Photoshop file, threw it into Final Cut. Now just to preface this, I did not look up any tutorial content or anything on how to actually do animation. I was just throwing poop on a wall and trying shit out. But you can see there's a lot of stiffness here, and it kind of looks like still images being played one after another. There's not really like a sense of fluidity in the movement. And that's when I discovered some frames should be on screen longer, some should be on screen shorter, and some things should move separately of each other. So here, for example, you can see her face is not moving, but her hand is moving, right? And that's what creates this sense of fluidity. Don't move, I'm drawing you. Look at that. Look at her hand. It's moving. The hand is constantly moving, but the face is not always moving. I'm sure there's an animation fundamental to explain this, but again, I'm just trying stuff out. Now, this first animation process really tickled my brain, so I tried out a couple of other things as well. I tried out this one character rotation sketch, which I made using a reference that I found on Sketchfab, which is basically a character model that you can actually rotate around. This was super helpful because here's a model that I could position at any angle that I need to be able to draw this character turn. I once again drew every single frame in Photoshop, exported all of them, sent them to my phone, and just scrolled through them in my photo gallery, and somehow it actually works. But here's the catch. This took hours, and it's just a sketch. It's not even colored. It's like a 1-second video of a character turning, and it took hours. So at this point I was like, okay, I gotta find an app that is a little bit more efficient. I can't keep doing this layer by layer in Photoshop. And that's when I moved to Procreate Dreams. And for my next challenge, I thought, why not draw a character walking? Stupid idea after stupid idea. So I went on Sketchfab. I actually found this really solid 3D model that has a walking animation, and you can basically view this model from any angle, and you can play through the animation, which happens to be a perfect loop. So I thought, okay, this is amazing. This is exactly what I needed. I set the camera right in front of the character in this top-down angle, and I thought, I'm gonna draw a character, my character, maybe Kara, walking towards the camera. How hard can this be? Oh my God, bro. Okay, so on this model, the entire walking loop is only about 1 second. In hand-drawn animation, I'm pretty sure one of the standards is like 12 frames per second, so I decided to do 11. So basically I would try to pause this animation at every 0.09 seconds and try to draw what I see. But then the thing that I quickly realized with animating is that you can't just draw what you see. You have to draw movement. You have to understand the path that something is going. So for example, the legs on this character in this animation move a lot. And you have to pay attention to the position of the kneecaps, the position of the ankles relative to each other, and also relative to the previous and next frame. It's almost like you're unlocking 3 dimensions. You're going from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions. You're working with time now. It's kind of insane. I don't know how you animators do this. So 11 frames later, I got myself to a point where the walk is pretty presentable. It's not the smoothest thing in the world, but you can at least tell she's walking. And the character is not detailed at all. There's no facial features or anything like that. This is really just the proof of concept to see if it actually works. And just figuring this out took me like 5 hours, because if something's not working out, you got to go back and edit every single frame. Pure suffering. And this also is a good reminder why animated character designs are so simple, because when you're working with such a high number of frames, it's impossible to work in millions of tiny details. So after I figured out the rough animation kind of works, I decided, you know what, it's time to add the face. It's time to add the details. And this is where I just absolutely screwed it up, okay? I got lost in the sauce. I'm gonna play this for you guys and you can see. I thought maybe I should keep her head relatively still and make it look like her body is doing most of the movement. But here's what I realized. When we move as humans, we rarely keep a single part of our body perfectly still. So this looks super awkward. It looks like her face is photoshopped on and the rest of her body is animated. So before I could even complete this entire video, I decided, okay, this is not the way to go. Let me go back to the original and actually try to make the face move with the head. I think one of the things that got to me was, instead of trying to look at the bigger picture and, figuring out the rough concept first, I just went straight into details and got absolutely lost in the sauce. It's exactly the same as digital painting. You've got to lay out the big foundational elements first. So in this next version, which is going to be the final version, which also took me hours, I just started off by marking down the position of the eyebrows and the position of the upper eyelids. I didn't even add the mouth or the irises, because I thought if the eyebrows and the eyes are all in the right position and they're moving in the right way with the character, then adding in the other details later shouldn't be too hard, right? I just need to figure it out first. And lo and behold, this actually works. Here's the final animation for this little walk cycle that I've decided to try. Added some movement to the hair too, so it looks like she's kind of moving her head back and forth. And honestly, you know what? For like my first ever hand-drawn character animation, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm sure there's a lot of things that could be better here, and I'm sure the real animators will be able to point those things out immediately, but at least it works. After like 10 hours, it works. But if this has made me realize one thing, it's that hand drawing 12 FPS animations is just not for me. It's way too repetitive. I don't think I'm cut out for this. But what I can do is start implementing smaller mini animations into my art, kind of like what I did at first with Kara. And I think it always helps to kind of just explore this topic and try to understand the basics so that I know where my personal limits might be, and my limits are pretty low. I'm not good at this. Now, I actually have an idea of a piece that I want to do, and I want to show you guys this process. Okay, so I've got this post saved right here. I love these stupid little meme accounts. So it's like a little dog, and its arm is very long, and you keep swiping and swiping and swiping, and look at that. It's tickling someone's ass. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, these guys inspire me a lot. So this gave me the idea that maybe I should have one of my characters be in the first frame and then have her arm extend into the other frame and then have you swipe like 5 times. And then at the end, my character will be calling you a good boy for swiping. And what do you do to good boys? You pet them. So the final frame will be you being pet, and that petting will be the animation. Oh my god, it's so good. So I got myself a little reference video here of me petting a bird for the action that we're going to try to animate. And I think for me, at my skill level, when it comes to animating, I gotta have references, otherwise I get way too lost in the sauce. So this is going to be a pretty rough draft, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the hand come in from the left side of the screen. It's going to be petting the subject, which is going to be you. And I want to use a very simple character to kind of represent this. So let's just have a ball pretty similar to the shape of the bird. Okay, let's add in a couple of eyes and a little mouth. All right. That's gonna be you. You know what I just realized? I've decided to animate a friggin' hand, which is probably one of the most annoying things to draw. My stupidity is truly boundless. It knows no limits. So I think the knuckle is getting a little bit higher as it moves. The wrist itself is not gonna move because it's a swivel point, but the knuckle gets higher. And then this finger, the index finger, will come over the top of the little tuft of hair. The silhouette should be roughly the same. Now we repeat the process and move forward another 10 seconds. So at this point, the hand is coming down and then moving its way back up. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the animation principles where sometimes when an object is moving and it's changing direction, there's more frames allocated to when it starts to change direction because of momentum. Nothing's ever moving like boom. There's always like a little startup. It moves fast and then it slows down. It starts up but fast and then it slows down. So I think this is the same logic here. Let's check this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to move forward another frame. Okay, the wrist is still gonna stay the same. Now the hand is gonna start moving back down towards the back of the head. So now when I play this, it kind of looks like we're having a seizure, which means we need to go into settings and change this to maybe 12 FPS. Look at that, see now we've got a little loop of a character being pet. I could definitely refine this a little bit more, but the basic concept is there, right? And it's very rewarding when you play one of these videos back and the concept that you had in mind kind of works. So I'm going to try to refine this animation a little bit, go back and make a drawing for this. When I post this piece, please leave a comment and let me know that you were there for the original process. I want to know who the real ones are and who the fake ones are. Well, there you go, guys. So after 6 years of posting online as a digital artist, I finally decided to step foot into animation. Am I going to start making full movies now? Probably not, but I am going to start incorporating little bits of animation here and there in my work just to make things feel a little bit more alive. Unlike me, right now, I'm on the verge of death. Anyways, guys, before I leave for the pearly gates of heaven, please subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more art-related content. Check out my Patreon, please, for monthly tutorials. In my most recent one, we talk about how to paint clothing. It's very good. It's one of the best. It's very good. It's probably the best. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think of my first shot in animation. This is what I've been up to. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm never doing this again, okay? Goodbye.